This conference will now be recorded.
So before I start about today's demo, let me introduce myself. My name is Bobby. I have overall 13 years of experience. I started my career with ABAP, then I moved to SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP, ODATA, Fiori Elements, and also worked on S4HANA implementation projects and BTPs. Also, I worked on a lot of things in services in BTP like IoT services, PDMS, APA service, mobility service, SAP conversational chatbot service, integration service, PDMS service, a lot of services, workflow services, SAP build work zone, build process automation, form service, document management service, lot of services I worked on PTP and also worked on Capm projects also. So that is my experience. Coming to the training from past almost 7 years, more than almost 8 years, I would say, giving training on various topics like SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP data, Fiori Elements, S4 HANA, and CAPM, BTP. These are the various topics I'm giving training. So coming to today's demo, let's come back to today's demo. Okay, so today agenda is why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, why it is required. Okay, so everyone ask like why we required, we already have a on-premises system, then what is the need of having the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? Okay, okay, that is we are going to discuss. What is BTP? Yes, SAP has the product. Okay, what is BTP? So why we are having BTP? What is BTP? We are going to discuss, and how the cloud application programming model is in BTP, how it has come, that we are going to discuss. Of course, the backbone for developing Capm is Node.js and JavaScript. So we are going to discuss introduction to Node.js, JavaScript, and also what is Node.js single thread model. It's very, this because of this single thread model in Node.js has become very popular in the market. So what is this? Okay, we are going to discuss, and also we are going to discuss the design principles of SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. Yes, what are the design principles? Okay, and also how the CAPM simplifies your development. Okay, we are going to discuss, and flavors of CAPM, and what are the golden paths. Okay, what are the golden paths are there for the CAPM? If we use those golden paths, what will happen for us? What is the advantage? We are going to discuss, and key qualities and benefits of CAPM and a demo. Okay, so these are the topics we today we are going to discuss. Is it clear? Now, why CAPM? Why SAP Cloud Application Programming? Everyone has this question, right? So now, if you want to understand the origin of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, first we need to understand the history, right? So before I start, yeah, okay, we need to understand the history of the classical SAP projects. Okay, SAP systems are standard software. Everyone knows the SAP has built a standard software. This means that many companies similar need. Okay, okay, that in the based on that they have developed a software so that all most of the companies can use the software. Okay, we already know we can customize of this functionality to a certain extent. Okay, and by approaching even many companies has the options of enhancements also to the system. Okay, and also SAP has integrated most of the functionality. You need to extend an SAP system into the same system. Okay, so that is the reason SAP has come up with a programming language called ABAP. Okay, this allows the developers, okay, can work extensively and also effectively. Okay, okay, and also the authentication and setting up a databases, we did not require to worry. For example, whenever you have taken SAP on-premises system, you want to develop, you want to extend, we are using ABAP. SAP has provided some enhancements also. Okay, so and we did not worry about what is database, how it is get connected, okay, what is authorization, everything it is pre-set up for you. Okay, and also system has already provided all the user managements and loggings, so that the developer has to nothing worry about those type of worrying about those type of things. It is a pre-built software which SAP provided. So a developer need not to worry about it. Okay, need not worry how to manage logging, how to have authentication things, all everything a developer need not worry. Okay, okay, this is the setup which SAP has provided. But if you put number of enhancements, modifications, increases, update to the SAP system becomes expensive and cumbersome. Why? For example, you put all your, you have a very big company, you put all your businesses in one system, and when you're trying to upgrade or when you're trying to do, okay, any changes, anything, it is too expensive and it's to become complicated. Because when, for example, we are migrating or you're upgrading your systems, we are putting all the core business, everything into one system, it's not a good practice. Okay, so customers ask more functional, faster with a better experience. So customers, so asking for more functionally faster and better experience. And of course, the web has come more important, and SAP realized with some intermediate steps. So SAP UI5 framework has come into the picture by implementing the SAP Fiori applications. Okay, but still there is a slogan called "Keep the core clean." Okay, so doing SAP recommending and doing unnecessary deep enhancements in the core system, it is not a good practice. Okay, so instead of putting everything, all your businesses in the core, okay, so it is good to keep it somewhere else also. Okay, so that is how the SAP cloud application programming model has come into the picture. Is why SAP cloud application programming is come into the picture. Because of everything you're putting in everything in one system, it's not a good practice. Keeping the core clean, okay, and now that is the reason we have to SAP cloud application programming model has come into the picture. Any questions, guys? As of now, okay, the biggest challenge is, yes, okay, is that creating and maintaining that application. Okay, you need to know the lot of aspects in the cloud. Because in SAP system, authentications, logging mechanisms, okay, everything is taken care by the system. Okay, and the same thing they will expect, the client will expect the same thing is there in the cloud, that is called in BTP. Right, so in on-premises system you have everything pre-packed. A developer need not to worry about authentications, logging mechanisms. Okay, a lot of things will be there, so a developer need not to worry at all. But when they're expecting, the client will expect the same thing in the cloud also. So that is called BTP also. So the client expect a stable framework for developing business applications during the lifetime of their applications. So that is the reason the Capm has come into the picture. Understood? Okay, so Capm is bringing you a framework, okay, so that you need not to worry about a lot of other things. So the developer need not to worry about a lot of other things. He can just focus only on the business logic. Okay, so the companies, clients are expecting a stable framework for its applications. Okay, and one more important thing is cloud. When I say cloud, okay, it keeps on changing. New technologies will be coming daily basis. And the SAP clients will expect that, okay, it is a cloud and daily new technologies will come. How my developments or my things will be stable if any new technology comes also. So that is the reason SAP cloud application programming model has come into the picture. Okay, the application needs to work. Whenever you're developing your application, needs to work even if you change the underlying infrastructure or business logic. Okay, because app development is complex. Moving to the cloud also opens up modern programming models and various languages for developers to create innovative applications that are more powerful and scalable. So you need a underlying technology that today Angular has come, tomorrow React has come. My technology should not affect, my framework should not affect. So that is the reason SAP cloud application programming has come into the picture. Any questions, guys? Is it clear? You guys are understanding? Anyone have any questions until now?
No, I think we're
Yeah,
good.
please. Yeah, good. Okay. So that is the reason SAP has created the cloud application programming model with precisely in the mind. Okay, so that by using this framework, for deploying, maintaining, and developing SAP applications have turned to SAP with questions about developing in the cloud. Yes, everyone are in on-premises. Okay, when they want to develop their applications in the cloud, everyone will have lot of questions because the stable system which is there on-premises, they expect the same thing in the cloud. But cloud is underlining type because cloud, right? Okay, it is a vast and technologies keeps on moving. Okay, the client, so to make it stable, the Capm has come into the picture. Is it clear? So even all the SAP customers are familiar with deploying, maintaining, and developing SAP applications. Okay, have turned to SAP with questions about how to deploy, develop in the cloud. So SAP wants a framework to make it easier for the developers to use SAP services and systems while taking advantage of in the cloud. So not only on-premises system, SAP has come up with the framework called Capm. Okay, using that framework, you will be having a stable and environment where you can easily develop your applications. That is what the Capm has come into the picture. Any questions, guys? So SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is an effective way to develop applications and services in the cloud. Okay, it provides developers with the rapidly, and develop, you can test, you can deploy applications using proven best practices provided by Capm. Okay, so the framework comprises, so you can use various open source and SAP tools and technologies. Is it clear, guys? Okay, so finally, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a framework of languages, libraries, tools for building enterprise-grade services and applications. It aims to guide developers on a safe path with proven best practices and wide range of out-of-the-box solutions where you can use these frameworks, you can use these best practices, you can use this language, you can use these libraries to build enterprise end-to-end, say, applications. Okay, and also you will get out of the box solutions. So that is why SAP Cloud Application, keeping the core in, we are moving to the BTP, and that is called cloud, and we are going to use the Capm framework, and we can develop the SAP enterprise grade applications. Clear? Okay, I'm moving to the next slide. I hope no questions until now. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any questions, guys, until now?
No.
No, right? Okay, thanks. Okay, so now what is BTP? Most of the people has a BTP. What is BTP? Most of the people don't know. Or let me talk about SAP BTP platform is a PaaS offering from SAP. It is a platform as a service. Suppose, I'll tell you what is BTP before getting into this one. Okay, suppose you're writing the code in the notepad, C code. You're writing the code C code in notepad, but if you want to compile that, you cannot compile because we require a C compiler, right? The same way, if you want to compile, if you have a Java program, you want to compile, you have a Java runtime JRE to execute it. In the same way, if you want to have a compile ABAP, you require a ABAP compiler. Okay, so all this infrastructure, all this runtime environment will be provided by BTP. Okay, so that is the reason you call it as platform as a service offering from SAP. Is it clear what is BTP? Isn't understood? Okay, SAP BTP Business Technology Platform is a well-known platform as a service offering from SAP. Okay, Is it clear? Now we understood what is SAP BTP. Is it clear, guys? So it's providing a platform for you. Okay, where you can execute your code. You can execute. You can do syntax checks. You can do run. You can do a runtime. You can do it environment. It is providing you environment for you. Okay, that is called the BTP. Is it clear, guys? Okay, so now coming back, SAP BTP platform is a well-known platform. Okay, okay, offering from SAP. So if you are planning to build an innovative solutions, okay, like new technologies like blockchain, machine learnings, artificial intelligence, Internet of IoT, analytics, etc., whatever. So SAP BTP is one of the best platform where you can develop out of the box solutions. You can build okay, out of the box integrations, out of the box solutions, out of the box anything you can build it. Okay, so not only that, you can do have a integrate to S4 SAP S4 HANA, SAP success factors, Ariba, other SAP non SAP systems also you can integrate. So this is the best platform for building applications that connect to the systems. Okay, and also choosing the right environment depends on many factors. Okay, the cloud foundry environment should be your first choice because it is an open source pass that enables you to multiple programming languages such as Java, Node.js, Python, or Go. Whatever the language you bring it, SAP BTP is going to support because it is providing a runtime environment where that is where it offers, we call it as bring your own language. It is bringing, you bring whatever language I am going to support. That is called the bring your own language concept. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? So SAP BTP is not for ABAP. SAP BTP is not at all for ABAP. SAP BTP, you can bring any language. Whether you want Java, Node.js, JavaScript, Python, AngularJS, React, etc. I'm saying, etc. I'm saying any language you bring it, ABAP, any language you bring. Is it clear? Okay, so
Yes.
motivation, yeah. So motivation, what is motivates for you to you develop the SAP for SAP cloud application provider? Yes, customer needs a stable environment. Okay, see, as everyone knows that now everything is the market is the cloud. Okay, so the cloud development becoming increasingly right in the market and also relevant for customers. We receive a lot of questions from the customers. What is the best way to develop cloud applications? Best practices and guidelines are important because you are in the cloud. It's open. So what are the best practices where we have to use so that we will have a quality innovations? Okay, so then we SAP is expecting a best practices, best guidelines and everything so that developers can only focus only on the business logic, not on remaining things. So that is how the cloud application programming. So this motivates me if I use the cloud application programming by having best practices, best guidelines, best okay, best efforts, then I can go focus only on the business logic, not focusing on the remaining things. Okay, so SAP cloud application, this is how the SAP cloud application was born and continues to grow and improve. Is it clear, guys? Okay, so the what is SAP cloud program? What value does it bring? Okay, so now as application developer across the world are increasingly seeking faster developments, okay, and time frame. Of course, yes, every clients are expecting please develop fast, right? The objective of getting their applications to the users is much quickly, okay, than was previously possible. The clients or the users are expecting very fast. Okay, so keeping this in mind, we have to be very careful on quality of the application also. Instead of just developing fast, we have to be very careful in the quality of the development also. Okay, quality of the application also. Okay, because of the compressed deadlines. Okay, okay, there was only so much developers could do ensure a relatively error-free code base. Yes, too much pressure you are getting from the client to develop the applications in the cloud. Okay, you should develop fast, but you should make sure that quality is good. But to solve this problem, SAP Cloud Application Programming has come into the picture. And how? Because of utilizing its a framework of languages, libraries, and tools, okay, for building enterprise grade services and applications. So instead of having developers worry about various technologies and relatively compatibility from other things. Say if you use the Capm, it allows developers for the domain centric and work only focus on the business logic. Okay, and they'll you instead of focusing on other things, this will consume the time and you can just develop the applications. Remaining thing will take care by the Capm. So finally, this is a SAP CAPM is a framework from SAP that lets the developers to focus only on the business logic. So that saves CAPM saves money by reducing efforts required to program for applications and also make it easier to connect to SAP systems and also the third parties services. So it protects your investment by following the certain libraries, certain frameworks, certain new all the frameworks, so that if you future if a new technology comes also, it will not affect your cap. So allowing you to keep pace with the cloud technologies. Even because cloud is an underlying technology. Today one technology will come, tomorrow another, day after tomorrow another technology. But whenever we follow the guidelines or frameworks of CAPM, this will resolve the issues. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
So now, what cloud application programming model, okay, is a combination of the tools, languages, libraries that helps you to develop the enterprise grade applications. See, if you look at this, this is a CAPM, okay, you can use Java, you can use SAP Fiori, you can connect to SAP Hana database, as for HANA also, you can consume through ODATA, you can create a CDS view, you can develop in Business Application Studio, you can develop in Visual Studio, you are going to use Node.js or Java. So this is what it is going to support. Now this is a big picture. So as I said, Capm, okay, using Capm, I said underlining technologies means today, okay, this is called core. Okay, you are going to develop the data modeling, okay, using Node.js with the help of CDS view, okay, and you will develop the OData services using Node.js or Java. Okay, so when it comes to design principles, there is open and opinionated concept means it's open because it gives you choice. You can choose which technology you want to develop. It's up to your call. So I'm going to use front end today, SAP Fury, tomorrow Angular, React, any technology I can connect using Capm. Okay, you can connect to any database, SAP HANA, SQLite, PostgreSQL database, any database you can connect. You can do it environment in Cloud Foundry or any environments you can use it. And you can use tools to develop Visual Studio or Eclipse or SAP Business Application Studio. So here I am not fixing. See, whenever we want to develop an on-premises system in SAP, you have only one technology to develop ABAP. But here in the cloud, in the BTP, you pick any UI, you pick any database, you pick any tool, you pick any environment. It's open to develop the applications. It's not specific to one. That is how the CAPM has come into the picture. Okay, so you can develop AngularJS applications, you can develop React applications, you can develop SAP Fiori applications, you can develop U applications, any technology you have. So tomorrow, one new AI has come, technology, new tech. Yes, you can connect to this one because Node and Java, or it's not like same both technologies you can use Node.js or Java and connect any front ends, any tools, any databases, any environment. So it is an underlying technology. So tomorrow one more come, but it is this Node or Java can link it and then can support it. Is it clear, guys? This is called the cloud application programming model. Any questions, guys? Understood?
Yes, but I have a question.
Yeah,
See,
please tell.
for the cloud application programming, it's purely designing for the environment for any language. Right? That means we need to understand so which language you are working also we need to understand, right?
No, that is your choice, right? You are going to choose
Uh-huh.
which language you want to develop. Means you have to
Okay.
know the resources. You have already should
Mm-hmm.
know have the resources, you have the knowledge, and you are going to pick the technology based on that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Any more questions? No questions. Okay. Zero lock-in. Yes, you can choose any technology of your choice. There is no lock-in, no mandatory part with this programming model. To build your UI, you choose Fiori elements, you choose any other alternative technologies, your choice. So keeping pace with the rapidly changing world of cloud technologies and platforms is a major challenge when having to hardware too many things today's technologies, which might soon become absolute. But CAP avoids such lock-ins through higher level concepts and APIs. This okay. So today one has come, tomorrow one has come, and today whatever you have used, it got deprecated, it goes over. Now instead of using, you have to use new. Yes, you can easily plug in, plug out, and plug into other UI technologies. How? By having higher level concepts and APIs. Okay, so platform specific deployment approaches and techniques. Okay, so okay, yes, you have a platform specific deployments. Okay, so where approaches and techniques. Okay, so platform specific identity providers where you can implement authentication strategies like you have in the various services are there in the BTP. Okay, on and offboarding of tenants are there in BTP. Okay, synchronous protocols, you can use REST, ODATA, or graphic UL protocols are there where you can use asynchronous channels and brokers like SAP Event Mesh, Kafka, MQ, lot of asynchronous channels are there, brokers. Okay, you can connect to different technologies like including SQL and non-SQLs. Okay, so this lot of facilities you have. So any new technology, emerging technology or platform comes, it is not going to affect your investments, or if affecting your application, or say it will safeguard your investments. Clear? Any questions? No questions, right? Okay.
No.
Now understood. So how SAP Cloud Application Programming Model simplifies okay development? Yes, by having following the frameworks, frameworks, best guidelines, best libraries of SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. Okay, by using those, it is going to simplify your development. Okay, how? Okay, let's assume that you have built your application is using SQLite database. Okay, and you are trying to deploy the application in SAP BTP with SAP HANA database. See, you are developing your application using SAP SQLite database, and you are deploying your application SAP BTP that has to connect to the SAP HANA database. Then there is no code change required because the database configurations and declarations are isolated from the main code of the application. So if so you understood, you are developing SAP SQLite database and you are trying to use when you deploy application, you're trying to use SAP HANA database, there is no code change only because you are completely are connecting to different databases, but there is no code change only required. So this is the guidelines of if you follow the framework, there is nothing is required. Understood? Very important point. You clear, right? You understood this point or still confusing? Any questions to this point? No, right? So building, testing, deploying, and running the applications will operate seamlessly with a minimum manual effort by using this Capm. Okay, so the application is modelized and support a microservice architecture. Means you will be having everything one architecture service. Each service is architecture. For example, you're using destination service, you're using HANA database, you're using the Capm. Each it will create a one. It will whenever you deploy, it will create HTML application as a one microservice. HANA database you have it will create a HANA service one microservice. Okay, destination you have used, it is created destination service, it follows the microservice architecture. The application will support RESTful architectures. Yes, every now provides a service in OData format. and also it is supports a multi-tenancy also. Suppose you built an application and you want to sell your application to multiple clients. Okay, so then you can follow the multi-tenancy concept also. You can implement using Capm. Understood? Okay. So SAP Cloud Application Programming Model Framework is coming with the two flavors. One is Node and Java. Okay, so the implementation of business applications is similar for both Node and Java, but the major difference is writing the custom logic. See, the implementation of the business logic is same in Java and Node.js. Okay, but the difference is writing the custom logic is different because the programming model provides an option to write custom logic. For Node.js, you will write in the JavaScript, while for Java, you will write using Java classes. So you have two options to write. One is Node and or Java. You can pick any of you both to write to develop the applications. Is it clear?
Yes.
Bobby, one
Yeah, tell me.
question.
Yeah,
So on the previous slide, you said we can bring any languages into BTP, but here we are saying BTP,
correct. I'll tell you. See,
right?
this
So
is the one I said.
only
Yeah,
Node.js and Java, right? On
or
the
Java,
next
or
slide.
Java. Yes, yes. I'll tell you what. See, you can core. This is the core where you will define your data model in Cap CDS views. Okay, then
Mhm.
you will write the business logic either Node or Java. Okay, and
Yeah.
you can connect this Node or Java to any data source. Okay, you can connect this Node or Java to any front end.
Okay.
Okay, understood?
Yeah.
So this is two are called underlining technologies. Okay,
Okay.
it is going to support any front ends. It is going to support any DB. It is you can develop in any tools. You can use any environments. Clear now?
Yeah.
So this is called the underlining technologies. Okay. So now I said that okay, we have best frameworks. Okay, we call it as in Capm called golden path. Okay, following the golden path of the programming model helps you to implement data models, services, and UIs in order to develop standalone business applications. Okay, so you are going to define your data model with the help of CDS framework. So that time automatically deployment will happen to SAP HANA database very fast. Okay, so you can define your services. So it is going to, once you create a service, it is automatically going to convert into the OData services and filled with primary keys, everything. And if you write, add custom logic by using Java or Node.js, and it will auto handling the database connections, passing inputs, serializing responses will be taken care by the framework. And if you add Fiori annotations, it is automatically converting into the OData vocabularies. Generating the Fiori elements app also. So these are the golden paths. So if you follow the CAP frameworks, this are the golden paths, and also it is just a recommendation. If you don't follow, it's your turn. You can build normally whatever you want. If you follow this CAP framework, then you can follow. You can utilize the advantage of having the lot of automatic deployments, translating, converting. Everything will be taken care by the framework. Is it clear?
See, I have a
Okay.
question here.
Yeah,
One
please.
minute. I have a question.
Yeah.
See, in the CD views, we need to design the CD views in only on BTP, right? Or in separate area. See, BTP it is an application to connectivity, right? So where we create the CDS views in HANA,
In,
like HANA
see,
database also is
yeah,
available in BTP.
yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. See, BTP is a PaaS, means it is a providing a runtime environment. It is a PaaS service where we have lot of services which is provided by BTP, like Business Application Studio is a service where you can develop your applications. Okay, like Node.js, you can develop Fiori applications, AngularJS, React, any thing you can develop in the Business Application Studio. Okay, like that, HANA database is a service which is providing by BTP, where it is a database. PostgreSQL is a service which is providing by BTP, where it is called a PostgreSQL database. Okay, so there is a lot of services. SAP built workzone service is a service, is called a Fiori Launchpad service. API is a service which where you can create APIs. Okay, SAP cloud integration is a service which is have a cloud integration where you can integrate your applications from one application to another application, so that you will be developing our CDS views in the Business Application Studio in BTP. We will define our data model in the CDS views. Is it clear? I'll show you.
Yes,
It's
yes,
okay.
yes.
Anyway, I'll show you how to create it. Not a worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions? No questions. Okay. So you can see here we use CDS to capture the data models. We create, see, we have a development tool like Business Application Studio, and we are developing the CDS view. And what we are doing, we are consuming the CDS view, okay, and building the SAP Fiori applications. We can consume the CDS view in SAP HANA databases. Okay, not only HANA, you can do SQL database schemas or anything you can do it. Okay, so this is the building blocks and technologies where you can develop the Capm applications. So you can use Node, Express, Java, Spring, anything. Key qualities and benefits. Okay, no abstraction and minimal overhead. Okay, so while we provide easy to use interfaces to things like databases, okay, we do not introduce abstractions. Means you always have access to all native applications. For example, leverage the power of S/4HANA. It's not like that. Okay, you can connect to native applications, access all the native applications. Openness, freedom of choice, as already said in the previous slides, that there is no lock-in that you have to use this technology. It's up to you, whichever you want, you can use it. Okay, it's your preferred database. Instead of using SAP HANA database, you can use any database like Post. What are the databases which is providing by the cloud platform? Okay, we all develop in the SAP business. See, it's not like that you can use, you have to develop your applications only in the SAP Business Application Studio. As I already said, you can use in a Visual Studio also, you can develop. Any questions?
Bobby, one
Yeah,
question here.
yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, you said there is no restriction, but
Mm.
in one point you said we have to use only Node.js and Java, right?
Or Java,
Uh,
or Java, or Java.
yeah, Node.js or
Okay.
Java.
Yes, yes. So I'm saying no restriction to pick up the database, no restriction to pick up the UI, no
Okay,
restriction to pick up the tool where you want to develop, no restriction to where you want to develop, deploy your environment. That is no
okay,
restriction.
okay,
That's
okay, okay. That
when we are
means you
developing
mean
the.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. You mean, for example, if I am developing it in the Node.js or Java,
Mm.
that same application, I can deploy it in the HANA database. I can deploy it in the SQL database. There is no change in the
Correct.
logic. Whatever you're writing in the code, that
Yes,
everything it works smoothly for all the databases, and also you can connect to the any front end. That's what you mean.
correct. That's what I mean.
Okay, okay, okay. And one more thing, then where exactly, if we am basically from ABAP background, where
Mm.
exactly we be using ABAP here? Do we have any
There is no ABAP here.
requirement here in ABAP? There is no ABAP
See,
here. Okay,
there is no ABAP here. Okay, see, let's assume,
okay,
okay, I'll tell you in
okay.
this way. Suppose you
Mm-hmm.
have a use case, okay, you
Mm-hmm.
want to develop a application, you have used some PostgreSQL database, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to get some data from your on-premises system also.
Mm-hmm.
Not only from the
Mm-hmm.
PostgreSQL database, not only
Mm-hmm.
from the third-party applications, you want to get it data from your SAP on-premises system also.
Mm-hmm.
Right, assume. Okay, now what
Mm-hmm.
you will do, you will expose as a OData by developing a map from your on-premises
Okay.
system, and that OData you will consume in the Capm.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
So one
Mm.
of the use case is there in my training, where you are going
Okay.
to consume the ODATA from the S4 HANA system.
Okay, got it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank
So
you.
see, if you put this is not for ABAP, just making it clear. This is not, this training is not for ABAP. Means I'm saying that ABAP will not be that. It's, of course, it is for ABAP because it is a SAP product, right? Capm is an SAP product. Of course, everyone daily one. We have to upgrade our skills. We cannot go with ABAP. Down the line, okay, everything will move into the cloud.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Any more questions? So there is no such lock-ins or there. You can use this the Node and sorry, Java has higher level concepts and you can easily take the APIs. Okay, it is a platform specific approach technologies, Capm, and it's platform specific identity. I already explained this part. Okay, so now yes, in our training we are going to use Node.js only to develop the applications or data service, I would say. Okay, so we are going to use Node.js only, not Java. Okay, so Node.js is heavily used JavaScript framework. There is no doubt in that. Node.js is going to use heavily use JavaScript. Okay, and for server-side web application development, and it is developed on a Chrome OS version, a JavaScript engine. Okay, and it also helps compiling JavaScript directly into native machine learning code. In other words, Node.js allows you to build complex and powerful applications without having to write any complex code. So using Node.js, you can, yes, now you know, right? Most of the, I would say 80% to 90% are using JavaScript, and in the back, they are using Node.js only. Because Node.js is a server-side programming, whereas JavaScript is a website programming, client-side programming. So if I want to connect to any DB or any server or anything with the help of Node.js, we are going to do it. Question clear? So now, as I understood what is Node.js. Okay, Node.js is a client-server architecture and it have multi-thread model followed in times of architecture. Okay, and also it has the limitations of the multi-thread architecture and how Node.js had solved this multi-architecture using single-thread architecture. See, if you look at Uber, okay, Uber and Ola, okay, at the same time you can book cabs, right? At the same time you can book the cabs, but Uber and Node is able to handle very easily because they are using Node.js technology. Okay, so that at the same time, okay, you can book a cab without any issues because at the back end Node is working. Okay, so that is how Node solved this one by using single thread architecture. So we are going to use a Node.js technology only to develop Capm applications. Okay, this is called the client server architecture. I'm talking about Node. So user interacts with the client machines like laptops, right? Desktops and mobiles. And with the client machine, user makes out, generates a request. Okay, it sends a request and send to the server. And the server takes those requests and process those requests and send back the results in the form of responses. Okay, and understands with the help of Uber example. Okay, there are generating cab requests and those requests sent to the Uber server. And Uber checks in the database and that are active and available in that region and allocate passes cab to customers. And this then server send back the card details or driver details to the customer in the form of response. Uber is following Node only 100%. They have redesigned the architecture and they're following Node. So this is how the whenever you raise a cab request, this is how it is happening in the background. Now, what is multi-thread model? How Node has resolved Uber issue? If you follow multi-thread programming, Uber has resolved the sorry, Node has resolved the Uber issue. Let's see. Yes or no, we'll see. Okay. Now in the multi-grade model, the server assigns an incoming request to a new thread, similar a client-server architecture. The user generates a request while interacting with the application and sends the server. So every time a new request comes in the server, and it's going to have a new thread from the thread pool. This is the thread pool. It is going to create a new thread for every request to the incoming request. And the thread is responsible processing those requests and sending back the response. For this thread, it is sending request and sending back the response back again. Sending back the response. So number of requests is equal to number of threads. Yes, thread A, thread B, thread C. Again, it is each one from the thread pool. Now the thread present in the thread pool are in limited number based on the resources. So there is a limited number based on the resources. So if you click closely, you will find the limitation over here. Suppose we have millions of the requests coming per second, and as a thread present in the thread pool are a limited number, so there will be a situation when all the threads are exhausted. Suppose you have a limitation and you are trying to okay, you are trying to get in each second you are getting millions of requests are coming. Then how? There will be a limitation, there will be exhausting will happen because for each thread you are having one request. So this will not work. So what is the problem is, as a thread presence in the thread pool are limited number, so there will be a situation when all the threads are exhausted from the thread pool. In that situation, a new coming request has to wait until thread possesses the last request has completed. Okay, so adding, so okay, I said okay, now resources, I will add more resources, then I will create more thread inside the thread pool. That this will be costly solution. So we have an easier way of doing that using single thread model. See, I'm telling in 1 second, I have 1 million requests are coming. So my resources are not capable. So I will increase this resources by what I can say investing more. That is too expensive. Today 1 billion, tomorrow 2 billion will come. I can't increase my resources. So for that, the answer is single thread model. We'll first understand the second limitation of the multi-thread model. Okay, before going to the single thread model, let's go for the second. This is called multi-thread model. What is the other limitation of multi-thread model we are going to see? Okay, in multi-thread, the second limitation of multi-thread model is whenever a thread is working on the shared resources, it acquires a lock of that resource, which is locked, so that no thread can access that resource. So rest of the thread trying to access that resource will be blocked. So if you can see the figure, the thread is working resource and it acquires a lock on that resource. So now rest of the threads which are trying to access that resource are blocked till the time the thread will have finished the process. So this is another disadvantage of using multi-thread. So A will finish the process. Okay, thread B will access that resource, will again occur, and this require a lock against the rest of the threads. So this also another disadvantage of using the multi-thread model. So what is server architecture is, which will limit the limitations of the multi-thread model. So in a single thread model, whenever it performs an activity and an event is generated, for example, if you click a button in application or filling up of the form, when a new event is generated, so you can take each new request as an event. So once you generate an event, okay, then emitter omits that event. So you can easily, okay, he decides inside the event queue in the server, okay, then the easily in the loop, what is talking about. See, this is how the single thread will work. So it is going to take it in the loop. It will be in the loop. It's not like one by one. Okay, that is called the single thread. Okay, you will send all the requests, it will go into the loop, it will go and it will send back the response. Just keep on looping. Okay, so it is follows the asynchronous single mode. So automatically it will be issue is, but that is how the now Uber is following this Node.js technologies. And you can even 2 million also it can handle it. Is it clear, guys? This is called the single thread model. Okay, so what is Node.js? Node.js is an open source runtime environment for server side and networking applications, and it follows single thread. It is going to use JavaScript V8 engine. In the background, it is going to execute C++ code. Okay, and also it's a cross platform. You can run on OS X, Microsoft Windows, Linux, etc. And also it proves a event driven architecture and non-blocking input output. We'll see when we are discussing Node. We can see in detail level. Okay, yes. Any questions, guys, until now, guys? Is it understood why I have given Node? Because we are going to use Node.js technology to develop the applications. So now let's go for the use case demo. Okay, I'll complete within 10 minutes. So before that, let's want to know, does anyone have any questions, guys, until now? Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Any questions, guys?
No, we are good, Bobby.
Okay. So
Hi,
now let's
Bobby.
develop a Capm. Yeah, tell me, please.
So, Bobby, after developing the application in a BS application, so how we are
Hmm.
deploying in the different server? Means
We
ki
are going
there
to
is a
deploy, yeah. See, this is called
there
the environment.
suppose yeah in SAP there is three server, correct? Development, quality, and production. So in that
Okay,
there is also three type of server, or how we can?
we will be having sub accounts concept.
Okay,
Okay, so you have to will be having different sub accounts. You will create three dev sub accounts, one for dev, one for quality, one for production, and you will be deploying into this sub account. Okay,
and
or you
so
can move
and
transport layer from one sub account to another sub account using transport
okay.
service in BTP.
So transport service we can also use in base or another system or another application.
No. See, everything there is a service. Okay, and when you get inside to the sub account, it's okay. Everything is a service. You have to take that. I'll just go to this. This is a service marketplace. All your services will be available.
Okay.
See, cloud transport management service. Okay, using this cloud transport management service, you can manage transports of development artifacts.
Okay.
Is it
Thank
clear?
you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so let's come back and develop a cloud application. Okay, any questions, guys, until now? Like, because before I start working on developing this one, I just want to know any questions, guys, you have. That's just before I start developing it.
No questions, Bobby, but it would be better if you can start from, like, even how you're logging into the BTP. So for us, at least for
Because
me and
this is
yours.
a demo. Yeah. This is a demo. That is the reason. That's the reason, main
Okay,
reason.
okay,
This is a demo right
got
now. So
okay.
got it right. If not, I will be doing from the once the training
Scratch.
starts. Absolutely,
Oh,
this is
yeah, that will be
going
in the
from
detail.
the
I okay, get it.
yeah. That
Okay,
will be detail level.
all right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm creating. I'm going to your terminal. CDS init. Okay. I'm creating one project. Okay. So now see you can use create this project. Okay, or you can use creating the why it is giving CDS. One second. You can use like this, or you can see here. Okay, new project from template. Okay, you can create a project in different ways. Okay, or using this one. okay, or using the like this also. Okay. It's not giving away. 1 second. It's not giving. What happened? Let me refresh this page. There is some issue. 1 second. I'm just checking. Let me refresh. Okay. Sometimes there is a refresh issue. Okay, I'm just going to terminal. Maybe I have to looks like some issue with the. Okay, I'll just go with this one. Some issue. New project from template. So here you see. Oh, okay. I understood what is the issue. Sorry. 1 second. This now I got it. What is the issue? I was checking in the service marketplace. I got the issue. I'll tell you what is the issue. Whenever we are creating a dev space, okay, we are creating dev space. Here, what happened, right? I have used SAP Fiori dev space. I have to use full stack development application. So that is the reason when I use CDS in it, it is not recognizing that command. That's the issue. Anyway, I'll just come back and I'll switch this one. So whenever you're creating a dev space, you should have a full stack application. Then only you can develop CAP application. In SAP Fiori, you cannot develop CAP applications. Okay, so I was enabled this one. So that is the reason if I use that statement also, it is not telling not found that command. Okay, so now we'll go to this full stack application, then it will work. That's the difference. Sorry for this. It's taking time. open folder, projects, and click OK. Okay. Okay. Now you can go for new project from template. I'll show you here. Cap will be there because we have full stack dev space we have created. That is running. Just wait. Okay. Now you see project from template. So you can develop using this template, or you can develop through command line prompt also. Yeah, you see cap is there. Now it is there, you see. So now I'll do file, terminal, new terminal, cds init cap underscore Bobby. Now it is going to see, it is recognized, and you see it has created. It was another one, it is Fiori, so it is didn't recognize this one. Now you see it created a project. Okay, so now let's go and open that project individually. Okay, see this is a demo. So I'm just directly developing. So whenever you create a cap project, three things will get created. One is called SRV is called service, and is called DB database. Another one is called app application. So schemas, your schema means that is called your all the data model you will be creating in DB folder. All your services means whatever your business logic, everything you will put it under service. Whatever you are exposing outside, like ODATA, you will put it into the service of your DB. Then Fiori application app, any okay you want to develop, you will put it in the app. Is it clear? This is the framework of the cap project. It is the golden paths. So this is the it is dividing you everything. It's up to you whether you want to create a or not. It's up to your framework. It's up to you whether you want to use this framework or not. Okay, so now all the data model you will be doing in the DB folder. So now I'm right click, I'm creating schema.cds. Okay, this is the demo. That's the reason I'm copying and pasting it. Okay, so now I'm just copying it and I'm pasting it. Okay, so now what you are doing, you think that everyone, or if you are a ABAP, you think that this is your table name and these are all the field names. Okay, so you are creating a table for sales order. In the same way, in the Capm, you are creating an entity called sales order number. Inside that you have a fields, and you are giving a namespace to it, some name. So you are defining your data model here. Any questions, guys? Clear, done. Now you're going to create a service. What is the service? Okay, you're exposing as a OData. You need to expose your data model as OData service, right? So for that, you're creating a cat-service.cds under the service folder. So cat-service.cds. Okay, now you are telling, I'm just copying pasting because this is a demo. Okay, now I'll explain to you. Okay, so now what you are doing, right? Okay, so using cap, this, where is your namespace here? This is the one. So you are exposing this as you are giving an alias name DB from schema.cds. See, dot means its parent, service folder parent. Okay, this dot is this, one dot is for this, another dot is for this. Inside the Capm, you have a DB, yes, DB, inside that schema. Is it right? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so now you are getting the data model here. Now I am exposing entity sales order. Yes, from where? From that, as a projection on DB is what? You're giving a entity name sales order as a projection on DB is what? This one. What is this? This. This is nothing but your schema.cds from. In that, I'm exposing sales. That is called sales orders. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Any questions? See how simple it is. You have a data model. In another step, you are just exposing it. Any questions, guys, until now? Okay. So now you are going to use, okay, okay. Let's build this project. Okay. Let's build this project. Terminal, new terminal. So CDS build, build completed. Okay. Now what? See, build has been very fast. Now build has complete. Now what you will do? We'll use CDS watch to execute. Okay. Yes, it has exposed. See, you can see it is exposed as a OData services for you. See, this is the sales order, and this is your primary key, and these are the fields. This is your entity name. What's exposed? See, second step it got exposed. Any questions, guys? Now, is it clear, guys? So how is you have created a data model, okay, and you have exposed it to the database. Any questions, guys? Okay. Now you see you have a it is also creating for your Fiori app also. You see, Fiori app. Okay, let's, of course, columns will not come. We have to click on this settings, and these are the fields, right? Each from the entity name. Click OK. Okay, so you see you have the Fiori app also. Now, if you are you following the guidelines of the Capm framework, now you see here I have a data one folder. In the data folder, I have some data. Okay, I have some data. You see, I'm opening this one. Okay, this one. Okay, so now I'm going to do what I'll show you. I'm going to create a folder under the DB called data. Okay, so as I said, auto deployment. Okay, so now I'm going to create one CSV file. Okay, you see, right click, new file. Okay, so I'm going to create a CSV file. So cap underscore Bobby hyphen sales orders dot CSV. Okay, now I will just go, and where is that? Okay, I'll just copy this. Okay, then I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, now you go to settings. See, data has come. So I have used the framework of the Capm, and auto deployment of data has happened automatically. How? I'll tell you what. See, you have a go to this one. Okay, you have a auto deployment of this process. This is how the Capm works. If you follow the best practices, if you follow the best tutorial, everything will be taken care by automatically. Understood? So that is the advantage of using the Capm. How it is got deployed? Because the namespace is cap underscore Bobby is a namespace. So it will get automatically, it will get deployed. If I use some different name, it won't work. So I have used the same name, it has deployed automatically namespace. That is the reason we are using namespace. Okay, any questions, guys? So now you can also, this is how the simple, I just brought the simple use case. So I've built some small application and I'm going to show you that how fast you can develop using follow the CAP framework. Any questions, guys? Is it clear? You understood or any questions,
Yes,
guys?
we understood, but I have one
Mm,
question here. See, Bobby,
yeah,
here
yeah.
the data you just statically you just copied and create it in data space and paste it, right? So here
Correct.
it's an example. Is it fine? But in real time, the data should be comes from SAP, right? Here in the place of
No, no.
data, we can use OData services to read the data, right?
See, data will not come only from SAP. You have connecting to
Hmm.
some database from your
Hmm.
here. You are connecting to some database. Data will come from the database. Okay.
Hmm.
Now I just showed it's a demo. I just showed one small example of CSV file. This is all not will not in real time. It will not work like this. Okay. You will not have any
Okay.
CSV to drag it. It's a demo I'm showing.
No, no, no. My question here is, yeah, I understand. I understand. It's for the demo purpose. We are
Hmm.
just copying the data. But my question here is, in the place of where you place the static data, right? There we can use OData
No, no,
service
no.
to read much of the data, right? No,
See,
right?
no, 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 no,
Hmm.
no. The way we get the data will be there in not in this approach. It will be in the different
Hmm.
approach. Like in services,
Oh,
you will get it.
oh, okay, okay, fine.
It's a different approach. It's not like this approach. Okay.
Yeah, okay. See, in the same way, so for example, the user also having the same requirement, like they uploaded from CSV files, and
Mm.
just represented the graphical represent also, right? Like a charts and like any designing model. Is it support? See,
Means you
my
want to
question
build
here
a
is,
analytics,
yeah, for
huh?
yeah, yes, yes, like that, like that.
Huh? Yeah, you can build. It is open source. You can build whatever you want to build it.
Okay, okay. No, no. In our course, it will also covered, right? For
You
graphical
want to
thing.
develop a analytical chart using Capm. That is your question?
Right, right.
Analytical
Not
video. Some okay. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
not analytical.
I
See, my
didn't.
question here is, for example, they want to upload
Mm,
some financial amounts, okay? Like company code wise, the entire data. They want to know this entire chart. So for representing entire data. So the chart uh, feature also will be available in this
No,
analytical
still,
report. That's a different, right?
I'll take the question
Uh-huh.
last. Okay, I didn't understand your question.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
take your question last. Definitely, I'll take your question.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Apart from that question, anyone have any more questions? Okay. So now, what are the topics which I'll be covering this training? Okay. So, okay, I'll start with BTP overview. What is global accounts, sub accounts, tenants? What are service marketplace, instance and subscriptions? We'll start with that. Then what is multi-tenancy in BTP? We'll go what is single tenant, multi-tenant, what is the benefits of multi-tenant, what is BTP components, service required, tenant identifications, security in BTP. Yes, what are the different securities, ISO, OAuth, SAML, SAP identity providers and everything. Then we'll move to core data services overview, CAPM, design principles, golden paths, okay, data modeling, aspects, types, entities, views, domain model, best practices, naming conventions, how you reuse model, common aspects, temporal aspects, auto exclude, auto exposes, connect to SQL database and HANA database and data model, persistent models and RESTful APIs, SAP Fiori, and how to develop Fiori application, Fiori elements applications, how to implement UI annotations, okay, and how to develop list report object page, how to implement authentications, authorizations, XSU, how to assign role to the user, okay, how the different security models are there, how can we restrict required models, how to implement custom handlers, okay, how to implement queries, how to implement functions, actions, Okay, how to consume a OData service from S4 HANA system in Capm, and this is all related to Capm. Yes, Node will be covering. We install introduction of Node, how to install Node, Node.js module, and different types of Node file systems, command line arguments, callback functions, callback extractions, HTTP and requesting, asynchronous Node.js. Okay, debugging techniques with Node.js. Okay, these are all covered will be Node.js. And also Java, of course, I have not included HTML also will be covering in this. So JavaScript will go in depth in JavaScript, arrays, keys, indexes, callback, waiting, JavaScript promises, asynchronous waits, regular expressions, objects, properties, everything, events, validate operations. We are going to use JavaScript. SAP Build Workzone is nothing but a SAP Fiori Launchpad. So we are going to use this service to have setup, Fiori catalog, styles, groups, target mappings, SAP Fiori Launchpad will be covering. So real-time whatever I have developed in my Capm project, I'm putting those things here. So recording, once the class is over, I'll be uploading the recording video. You will be having view access for 12 months, and payments you can do in 2 installments. Study materials will be provided in Capm, Node.js, JavaScript, Fiori elements. We are going to develop Capm applications in SAP Business Application Studio service in BTP. So every Friday I'll be giving exercises based on the topic. Interview question and answers on the Capm Fiori will be provided, and free ABAP and OOPS ABAP recording will also be provided. So so this is the training, and also I will be sending the recording video, okay, of this training, okay, and also uh, this is overall the total my training. So I'll be starting new batch on December 5th onwards. I'll be starting. So those who are interested can WhatsApp me or email me. Okay. So December 5th onwards, this is exactly one more almost. If you look at one more week is there. So December 5th, I'm starting the new batch on Capm. Okay. Yeah. So now anyone have any questions? So now the cost, what is the cost? I'll just wait a minute.